I recently had a request for an olive tree. I've never made one before. So what I'm starting with is 6 sheets of tissue paper, and the research I did was an olive tree has like almost a silvery side on the bottom and more of like a sagey color green to the leaves on the top. So that is why I have picked the layering of tissue paper that I did, which was white, silver, dark green, light green. Some have yellow, some have 2 sheets of light green. But I'm very interested to see how these come out because, like I said, I've never made these before. I also decided the leaf to be like 6 layers of tissue paper thick. I think that will be thick enough for this. And there's also about 15 to 20 leaves. They grow in pairs on each branch. So we're looking at a good 220 to 40 leaves. Let's get started, and I'm excited to share this journey with you. Good, bad, let's see how it comes out. So the first thing I'm going to do when I'm setting up my strips on the board is I'm keeping them paper clipped, but I'm going to go 3 layers in and fold it up. This is the layer I'm going to insert my wires into. So I've cut my wires into like 3 to 4 inch pieces, and I'm kind of letting some tacky glue in a bowl. So now I'm going to just take a group of them as well as my large leaf, because this is the large leaf strips. I'm going to cover the ends of these wires and just put them in about 1 inch into the paper. This is just going to give my leaf a little extra security when I try to flip the leaf over later. I made 11 leaves per sheet. So I'm probably going to need 10 strips of just the large leaves. I think I'd want like 110. This is a big one. I'm very excited. This is probably one of the biggest projects I've made. I mean, I've made the oversized flowers, but as far as a realistic plant, this is probably, I don't think I've made a tree before. And this is a tabletop tree. I do think I can probably cut my spacing a little bit. I always start out with the right spacing and then it gets bigger and bigger. Leaves are probably the most time consuming, but once you do this, they're pretty much done. You're just going to cut the shapes and curl them, and you are whipping out. I mean, this board alone, I have probably close to 50 leaves done. Okay, so now I am going to fold over the top 3 layers back down. This is also the point you will want to remove the paper clips. We are ready to glue. So I went with a 50-50 glue mix of 50% glossy and 50% matte. 3 parts water to 1 part glue. And now I'm just going to brush it over each strip so that these 6 layers bind together to make our paper. You want to quickly get everything wet, because once it's wet, it's not going to slide and shift. So that's why I try to do 1 big strip down the middle. And then I can come back, but at least I know my paper is going to stay put. Okay, so once we have gotten everything wet on this side, so now we're gonna flip the paper over and do the other side. So you're just gonna, this is why we pre-glued the wires in the middle, and if any of them shift, just straighten them out. To be honest, I'm not sure about this color right now, so let's see how it comes out. It's hard to tell until it dries. So now we are going to cover this up with our parchment paper. And I am using parchment paper that I have previously used on other projects because I think it adds some color to it. So now you just want to press it down. Sometimes it's good to use the rolling pin. Okay, now I'm going to put another layer of that white paper. You just want to put paper that will absorb. And then I'm putting another board because I'm going to make a whole nother layer. If your wires look crooked, just straighten them out. Okay, I'm gonna do a couple more boards. The olive tree leaves should be ready, so let's check them out. They came out way too green. I'm kind of okay with the metallic on the flip side, but this is not dark enough for my olive tree leaves. Wondering if I can brush them with a dark green dye. I think the crisis is neutralized. These were way too like Kelly green for my taste. So what I did was I made a dye of an orange marigold dye color as well as a dark green, and I've mixed it together. What I'm doing now is just brushing these again, and it is definitely bringing out the color I'm looking for. So unfortunately, I think I'm going to recolor these a little bit with just dye. I'm not adding glue, it's just dye, and I'm letting the dye seep in. I'm going to cover them back up for another 24 hours, just till they dry, and see if the color is better. My fingers are crossed. It's definitely looking good. This happens, and we pivot and make the best out of it. Sometimes there's happy accidents. So let's see what happens with me adding this dark green orange combination. I think it's going to bring that green tone back down to where I want for the olive leaves. I was a little bummed, I'm not going to lie, last time because it was a lot of work making over 200 leaves and for the color to come out wrong. So, and I've never re-dyed paper like I did. Let's see what happens. And then if it's not right, we'll figure out a solution. And if it is right, we'll celebrate. And she has a sigh of relief. It might just be a happy accident. They have so much texture to them. I can't wait to cut a leaf out and curl it and shape it. It really does. I don't know if you can see it, but the underside even has a metallic gray to it from that silver tissue paper. Thank you. Wow. Fiasco averted, because this is going to be great. I'm very excited. This is for my sister's Christmas gift. I am going to finish ripping these up, and then we'll continue cutting them and treating the leaves. Yay! Olive tree is a go. So now we have our leaves, and they came in a strip like this. Now, you know I had a lot of trouble with the leaves, so I am a little concerned about this, but let's see what happens. These are the finished olive tree leaves, and I'm really happy with how they came out. So the first thing I did was cut the strip into the petal size strip pieces that I would need for each wire. And then you can almost do 2 or 3 at a time, as long as you line up your wire. I put my pattern right on top, and I'd be lost without these clips. I just love the clips. So the olive tree has a very distinct line down the middle. So I thought it would be best to fold them in half, and then with my curling tool really emphasize that. And at the same time, I'm making the leaf smoother and shinier. So now I really can see that metallic glow to it. So now that looks really pretty to me. And the last thing I want to do, see why I said I wasn't so concerned about that middle, because the way it's closed like that, I don't think anyone's going to see it. And it kind of gives it a nice shadow. But what I do want to add is with light green gel pen, just a very light line along that crease. And you can bring that down as far as you want to. So these are the finished leaves I have so far, and I'm off to make another 200 of them.
So once my leaves were all taped and sorted by size, I began to make a pile for each branch, just to give you an idea of a finished branch. I started with the small leaves up top, similar to how I assembled my cherry tomato plant. If you haven't watched that tutorial, it is very similar, but this is on a much bigger scale. And don't forget to keep trimming your stems each time you add new ones. Otherwise, your main stem will keep getting thicker and thicker. Keep adding leaves to your stem until you are about 3 to 4 inches from the bottom. Once you have all your leaves attached to your stem, you can go back and tend to each. You can also arrange them as pairs. Since my leaves were now on the dark side, I decided to make a dark purple olive. I first put some hot glue on the end of a thin wire, again, the same way I made my cherry tomatoes. And then I kept adding squares of paper to the end of the wire and shaping the paper into an olive shape. I like to mix the colors so when I add the glue wash, the colors can bleed together. Once I had the olive shape to my liking, I carefully put one purple sheet over top, keeping it as smooth as possible and taped in place. Then I gave each a brushing of a glue and water mixture to give it a little shine, then hang them up to dry. My sister had provided me this great basket as the vessel for her olive tree, but I really had no idea how to prepare it for the tree so that it would be stable and secure. I began making layers of cardboard circles cut to fit the inside of the pot along with matching size of styrofoam. I needed to add some weight in the middle layers. Some metal washers seemed to do the trick. I also kept checking that the pole I was using for my tree trunk would sit securely. Once I was certain that the pole would fit and the pot would be stable, I began to add the moss. I even grabbed a couple of rocks from outside, washed them, and included them for some added weight. I was a little intimidated to begin the actual tree assembly, so the first step I took was sorting the branches by size. I have created large, medium, and small branches. Then I started combining them, and before I knew it, the tree was developing before my eyes. I used plastic tubes in various sizes to reinforce the floral wires. These will make your branches strong enough to hold themselves up. And watch out, it can get dangerous while taping. I also began using masking tape for both the support and the texture for the tree trunk. It took me a while to play around with the height for this tabletop tree. I ended up cutting quite a few inches off the tube that would be holding the tree. Now I added the masking tape on the tube to give it a tree bark texture, as well as to hide the joint where the two tubes would join. I was very happy with how it came out, but now I wanted to add some color to the trunk of the tree to make it appear more realistic. I love how this olive tree came out, and I also love that it is going to my sister and I will be able to visit it. Thank you for watching JoyBloomsNJ. Take a minute to subscribe so you don't miss any new tutorials.